Hello, 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 hello. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I know not everyone has a Valentine, and I don't hardly ever do love readings. So, I just got my new Zodiac house dice with all the numbers on it. And I rolled the dice or the die, and 7 came up. And 7 is the house of relationships. So how can I not do a love reading, especially with Valentine's Day here? So, welcome to my channel, Ideal Tarot. My name is Nimra, and I'm going to do 3 different love readings. Depending on which crystal you're drawn to, I have 3 different types of love readings that I feel need to happen, because not everybody is on the same page, in the same vibration, on the same frequency in love and relationships, especially regarding romance right now. So we have first the raw ruby. If you can see that. Raw ruby. Trying to get a little closer. There's raw ruby. And then, of course, we have rose quartz. And then we have the sunstone, the pink sunstone. Smooth. Okay, so whichever one you pick, each one is synchronistic to the 3-card reading that I have. So each one has a 3-card reading for different types of relationships that you may be in or may not be in. So whichever one you feel called to, go ahead and pick your crystal. All right, first pile. If you chose the raw ruby, this is the Where My Heart Is Now reading. So the first card that we're going to pick is, what is the state of your heart right now? What is the state of the collective's heart that chose pile number 1, raw ruby? What is the state of the collective's heart who chose this pile? What is the state of their heart? Current heart energy. Whoa, 2 things fell. And I saw the moon right off the bat. Oh my goodness. And the Fool. 2 major arcana. Crazy. You got the moon and the Fool. So, your new beginning, you want a new beginning. You want a new relationship. Your heart is wanting to start new, start something new, but it's you feel like something's coming, but you don't know what it is. It's hidden. It's like it hasn't manifested yet. And this is what you desire. This is what your heart desires right now. Something new, a new relationship. But this really has not shown itself to you yet. But you kind of feel it. You feel like something's coming. Like I said, you don't see it yet. It's hidden still. I don't know if there's more healing that has to be done, or what that is. Let's get clarification from what's the vibe on Where My Heart Is Now. Position 1, what is the state of the collective's heart right now? What is the moon and the Fool? Oh, wow. Bitter, angry, petty. And puzzled, confused, perplexed, conflicted. Okay. Your heart is wanting a brand new beginning in love, but with the Fool card, your heart is wanting the new beginning in love, but it can't fully see the path ahead. There's a deep desire to take a chance, start fresh, and trust again, but underneath that is confusion and mixed feelings about what's real and what's just fear or past illusion. You're just puzzled. Says that your heart energy is like thinking, it's like, what is actually going on in my love life? What is spirit doing? That's what puzzled is. That's what puzzled is. Salty shows there's still some lingering hurt or disappointment or some kind of past resentment from experiences, previous experiences. So even though the soul wants to leap, part of the heart is side-eyeing that process. It's not certain, it's not sure because of past experiences. It's hard for you to move past those feelings. The current heart energy is ready for a reset. Your soul, your heart is ready for the reset. But feeling emotionally conflicted and low-key triggered and unsure whether it's safe to trust love or even the universe in that. So that's where you are in your heart space. Okay. Now, position 2 is love lesson I'm integrating. So what I'm learning through relationships. So let's see what it is that you are learning through these relationships. These salty relationships. It says bitter, angry, and petty. So, you may have dealt with someone like that or are dealing with someone like that. Walked away maybe recently from someone that no longer fits your vibration, your frequency. But you're confused and maybe not ready to move forward yet. You want to in your heart. 8 of Pentacles and the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is definitely about learning to master. This is what you are needing, learning to master your emotions and get them in alignment so that you can call in love. It's your healing. It's mastering emotions so that you can call in what it is that your heart does desire. What you're learning through relationships. Let's pull a Moonology for this. Let's see what you're learning. What is the Hierophant? What are we mastering here with the Hierophant and the 8 of Pentacles? You are learning and mastering how to deal with those emotions. There's your card. You and your loved ones are safe. Know that you're safe to love. Let's read that. New moon in Cancer. That Cancer is very emotional. So it's your emotions that are being mastered here. That is, you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. It's on page 48, which breaks down to a 12, which breaks down to a 3, which is, again, mastery. There is a new start. Oh, wow. Well, okay, so we're already talking about the Fool, what your heart wants. There is a new start coming in your private life. Something is rising up in connection with the people and places you hold dearest. This can be to do with a member of your family, a flatmate, or moving house. If you're hoping to move forward with something special in your private life, this card comes to you as a message that you can do it. If you've been neglecting your family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you've been neglecting yourself, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something for you to work on now. Oh my gosh. So we're asking the cards, what is it that you need to master? And here it tells you right here. If your insecurity is holding you back, that is something for you to work on now. Doing so could bring you your heart's desire. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Spirit showing out tonight. So there you go. There you have it. Make sure you put family first. Let someone get a bit closer to you. These are some of the additional meanings. A new cycle is starting. It's time to review your goals and have they changed. Meditation will help you banish your insecurities, and spending time near water will bring you peace and answers. Wow. And water is the emotions card. Wow. Cancer is very emotional, and it's a water sign. It's one of the emotional signs. So you're needing to get your insecurities together. Step it up and get your stuff together. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are loved and worth loving. Master that. Awesome. Okay, so your last card is support from spirit. How your team is holding your heart. How your team is holding your heart. This could be, guidance messages from spirit. And then we'll pull you an overall oracle from the African goddess rising. Support from spirit here. Support from spirit. What does pile number 1 need to know, spirit? Oop, caught them. 2 of them come out. The 5 of Swords and victory. 5 of Swords and the 6 of Wands. So releasing the confusion. This says conflicted. This is conflict. It's mental and emotional. Releasing that is going to bring you the win. You've got to face it, embrace it, and let it go, and know your worth and that you deserve love and support. Wow. So let's get your overall guidance from the African goddess. Overall message for pile number 1, Ruby, raw ruby. All right, African goddess, pile number 1. What do they need to know at this time? Betrayal and grief come out. Both of these are, I believe, shadow cards, but there's a message in here. So let's see what it is. Let me show you them. They're pretty cool. All right, let's look at betrayal. Who really betrayed you? Betrayals from others mirrors you betraying yourself. Betrayal is a web that disrupts everything you thought you knew. Use discernment in your relationships. Again, relationships. Wow. Use discernment in your relationships. Betrayal makes it difficult to trust, but without trust, your relationships are a lie. Trust that no matter what happens and no matter how long it takes, you will survive and thrive. The real question, how have you betrayed or abandoned yourself? The affirmation here is, I am willing to know the truth, or the declaration, I am willing to know the truth. So you need to focus on yourself, going within, focusing on yourself, building back your confidence and loving yourself and nurturing yourself. That's going to bring you the victory here. That's going to get you the win. And then grief. That is actually the temple of lovers. Wow. That is actually in the temple of lovers. Grief. Allah. And it says, give spirit. Okay, so remember, position 3 is support from spirit. Give spirit your grief. Bawl it out, wail it out, cry it out, sob, shriek, shed tears, and surrender it. You are holding unprocessed grief. You want to skip over it and get back to normal, but grief doesn't go away because you ignore it. The only way to healing is to walk through it. Losing a loved one is the ultimate heartbreak. So maybe you've gone through a heartbreak, a breakup, have lost someone. So it says losing a loved one is the ultimate heartbreak, but you also experience grief after breakups, job loss, and disappointments. Self-love and self-care are required. Ask for support. Be gentle with yourself. The Goddess Declaration says, I am supported by my loved ones, those who are seen and those who are unseen. Wow. How my team is holding my heart. That is what this position was. That is amazing. Okay, so there's your message. I hope it helped. I don't know who's bitter and angry and petty, but we've got to let those feelings go and move forward and get into alignment and love ourselves, master those emotions, meditate, call on support from spirit, and love yourself because spirit loves you too. And I love you. Oh, this reading is, it makes my heart flutter. So whatever you're going through, whoever this is in pile number 1, I send you so much love, so much healing. The name of the title of your reading is The Love You're Calling In. So you are calling in love. You are ready for love. Calling it in. So we're going to ask the first question, what your soul longs for, deeper than physical desire. Pile number 2. What is pile number 2's soul longing for? What is pile number 2's soul longing for? Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, the Knight of Cups and the Temperance. So the Knight of Cups is love coming your way. Love is coming your way. And the Temperance is that you are manifesting. That is an alchemist. I mean, having everything you need to create. You're creating, manifesting this love to come towards you. Someone is going to show up with sincerity and tenderness and emotional presence. emotionally expressive. Maybe you're not. Maybe it's somebody that's going to be able to speak their emotions and be genuine, heartfelt. Not all the chaos and the inconsistency. It's a connection that feels like a sweet, sweet offering. Someone who can show up with sincerity and tenderness, emotional presence. Wow. And the temperance, also has a lot to do with balance and like both people pouring into the cup, somebody feeling the same way about you that you feel about them, like an ultimate connection, healing and soothing, no drama. It's also like divine timing. It's not forced, it's not rushed, it's born, it's just there. It's a natural connection, and it's balanced, and it's beautiful. It's perfect. You're calling that in. That's awesome. Your soul is just craving this soulful, emotional, honest companionship, partnership, where the romance is blended with balance and patience and harmony. The love is the medicine in this. It's smooth sailing, not like a roller coaster. This is awesome. So that is what I don't think any clarification needs to come behind that. So position number 2 for you guys that chose rose quartz. What needs to shift in you? So what belief or behavior do you need to release or adjust? What belief or behavior needs to be adjusted for pile number 2? What needs to shift in order to call this beautiful relationship in? That is something beautiful you're manifesting. What needs to shift? What belief or behavior or pattern needs to be released to call this in? What needs to shift? Nope. That's a lot. Let's try it again. She flipped over twice. New way of thinking. And it was the 2 of Cups, the Star, and the 3 of Cups. Those are the 4 that fell out. Okay, let's try to... Maybe they did fall out for a reason. It makes sense because what you may need to shift, it could be, a new way of thinking of something, a new way of thinking about something. There's hope, fulfillment, healing here. There is celebration, getting together with friends and family, and the 2 of Cups, which is a divine union. And so, I feel like this is saying that your belief about love needs to shift from maybe. So maybe you have some doubt. I know that you know what you want, but do you believe you deserve it? Do you believe that you can have this, that you can receive it? You're hopeful someday. So to clear hopeful, grounded truth about what you actually what you actually want and deserve. The Ace of Swords is saying you're being asked to get crystal clear in your mind and your words. So your mind and your words, you have to get crystal clear about this. No more vague wishes, no more settling for half-truths. Cut through the confusion and the doubt. Name what you truly desire and love. And so the Star releasing the belief that big, beautiful love is too good to be true or only for other people. Heal the part of you that secretly doubts your worthiness. Restore hope and faith in your romantic future. Because, man, are you calling in the perfect guy here? But you've got to release the doubt, the way that you're calling it in, but then you're confusing the universe with your doubt and thinking that you don't deserve this, and you do. You're worthy of this. The Three of Cups is saying shift away from like third party energies, casual situations or friendships that kind of blur into almost relationships. You know what I mean? If they don't honor your heart and what you're wanting to call in, the Knight of Cups here, if they don't honor that, the universe doesn't feel that. It doesn't know that that's what you're trying to call in. So stop shrinking your joy to fit in, into these dynamics that aren't serious or reciprocal even, So the Two of Cups is saying that align your behavior with the true partnership energy that you're really wanting to call in, and stop entertaining connections that can't meet you here. Believe, that mutual, respectful, present, heart-to-heart love, this guy right here, is your baseline, not your exception, okay? That's your baseline. So basically you need to shift your mental clarity, your faith that you have in love, your standards. You're being guided to just cut through the confusion, heal the hopelessness, step out of situations or diluted connections, and stand firmly in the energy of real mutual partnership that you deserve, that you're worthy of. Wow. Wow. You don't even need clarifiers. And then position 3 for pile 2. Next step in alignment. A practical or energetic action to move closer to that love that you seek. Oh my goodness gracious. So what practical steps can you take or energetic action can you take to move closer to this Knight of Cups here? What is the action that pile number 2 needs to take? What is the action that pile number 2 needs to take? All right, there it is. Action needing to take is the Six of Swords. So this is actually telling you to move closer to the kind of love that you desire, like the Knight of Cups and the Temperance cards up there. Spirit has asked you to actually move away from what keeps your heart unsettled. Move away from those relationships that don't serve every desire in your soul, in your heart. Create distance from emotional chaos. The mixed signals is what I was saying earlier. It's like you're praying or manifesting or imagining this great, lovely, perfect man here or woman, perfect relationship here with the Knight of Cups. But with your doubt and the actions that you're taking are giving mixed signals to the universe. So it doesn't know exactly what you want. You need to be more clear. For the Ace of Swords, be more clear about your desires. Kind of leave behind the old patterns of like overthinking and chasing and clinging and codependency. Prioritize peace of mind over attachment, even if that means being between worlds for a bit. Take it there. But it's like you're moving away from the confusion towards calmer waters, moving away from all that towards calmer waters so real love can find you. It'll find you when you're clear and at peace. So I would say the next aligned step is to remove yourself mentally and emotionally, physically from relationships, from habits or thoughts, loops that disturb your inner calm. And intentionally move towards spaces, people, and practices that bring you clarity, calm, and hope. Stay in that energy at all times. Let's see here. Let's do what moonology for you guys. You didn't even need any oracles, but we'll pull one for you. What is pile number 2? What is that? It flipped around. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. That's a nice. Balance, more balance. 96 breaks down to a 15, which breaks down to a 6, which is more about balance, which is this temperance and divine timing. Let's see what this full moon eclipse conclusions are within reach. So you are moving. Look, conclusions are within reach. You're moving in the right direction. Let's see. Full moon eclipse, and just like that, a door slams shut. If you pull this card, it suggests that the situation you're asking is about to reach a peak or has just done so, and things are now out of your hands. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for, a way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. If you're letting go of someone or something, know that it's the right time. As hard as it might be, forgiving someone for what they did could be key to resolving this situation in a positive way. It doesn't make it right what they did, but it releases it so you can move on and get your Knight of Cups here. Oh, wow. So it says, that which is meant for me will not pass me by. So it's all about divine timing, getting your ducks in a row, clearing that space, getting in your calm to attract what it is that your heart really desires. Doors which slam shut now will not reopen. It's time for you to get back on track. Forgiveness will set you free of karma. Meditation and yoga nidra are all recommended now. Seed control and let events unfold. So there you have it. And each pile gets overall guidance from the African goddess. So let's see what the African goddess says about what your heart desires. Pile number 2, what their heart desires. What do you have overall message and guidance for pile number 2? Here she is. Liberation. Setting yourself free first. You got to set yourself free. At the bottom there was etheric cords, cutting cords. But your card is Queen Mother Nanny, Liberation. This is your overall guidance. Here it is. Page 37. She is Temple of Queens. It says, break free. Your dreams hold the power and keys to your liberation. You are freedom herself. Rise up. You deserve to feel free. What do you imagine for yourself? Well, we already know what you imagine, that Knight of Cups. And it says, daring to manifest your dreams is a part of personal liberation, which I was saying, you're manifesting, alchemizing energy and manifesting this Knight of Cups. And she says, find your own personal liberation codes in your soul's unspoken desires. Life is too short to live within someone else's story. Divine blessings and magic are on your side. Enjoy your freedom fully is the best gift to your ancestors. The goddess declaration is my dreams empower me. Wow. So the love you're calling in, which is what you're manifesting, you're going to do it. You can do it. You can do this. Just set yourself free. Set your mind free. Clear your thoughts. Know that you deserve this. All right, that was pile number 2, rose quartz. So hopefully that resonated with you, and I wish you all the luck, love and light and healing in your manifestation of your Knight of Cups. Thank you. All right. Pile number 3, sunstone. Pile number 3, sunstone. Pile number 3, your reading titled Higher Perspective on Your Relationship. A higher perspective on your relationship. Higher perspective on your relationships. So, position number 1 says soul contract theme. What kinds of relationships are you attracting and why? What kind of relationships is pile number 3 attracting, Spirit? What kind of relationships is pile number 3 attracting? Okay, we got strength and we got the Knight of Swords. Strength and the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords can sometimes be drama. But you tend to attract relationships that are intense and fast moving, mentally charging with that Knight of Swords here. Sometimes there's drama. Sudden decisions, and spontaneity, I want to say, I guess, and emotional spikes like arguing maybe, and so then the blink of an eye, you're all over each other. So 1 minute you're fighting, 1 minute you're loving. A lot impulsive, they may be like brave. You like brave, outspoken companion, but they can be impulsive and reactive, a little bit restless. And you often show up as the strength energy here. The calm in the storm, the one who holds patience and compassion and emotional maturity. You're the one who tames the beast by soothing and understanding and stabilizing them. So you attract this because your soul carries the strength frequency. It's like a soft power, heart courage, and definitely emotional resilience, that inner strength. But you're like a magnet for the Knight of Sword types. And these types sense your steadiness and feel safe near you. So your light attracts those energies. They're just drawn to your calmness and your ability to understand what's behind their chaos, their intensity. They, unconsciously look to you to help regulate them. They don't know that they're doing this. And it can be draining on you. It can be very draining. They're like energy vampires. So, these strong-willed, intense, fast-talking, fast-moving people, guys or gals, these dynamics are attracted to you because your soul just radiates a strength and calm, compassion and steadiness. But these relationships come in to teach you about balancing compassion with boundaries. So it sounds like boundaries is kind of what we're needing to focus on. So that you're not always the one holding the bag, holding and calming everyone else, That sounds like a lot of work. Or do we want to get a clarifier on this? I think we're pretty clear on that. Okay, I think we're pretty clear on what kind of relationships that attract you and why. I think that you pretty much understand that. Position number 2 is what's completing? What pattern or cycle is ending? So what pattern or cycle is ending? Whoa. The Chariot. The 2 of Cups. All right. 5 of Wands on the bottom. Something's leaving. Something's getting hot. Okay, so this combination here, the Chariot and the 2 of Cups. You see that? The Chariot and the 2 of Cups. It really says a major relationship pattern is ending. It says that you're completing this. You've pushed hard in the relationship, which is the Chariot. You've pushed very hard. Tried to drive the connection forward. You tried to fix it. You tried to steer it like you always do. Tried to make it work. Put a lot of focus on getting or keeping the relationship together with the 2 of Cups here. You've really tried making this work. Even when it costs you energy and peace, they're sucking the energy, the life right out of you. I hate to say it that way, but you know this already. It's that pattern of, if I just try harder, stay stronger, which you are the strength. But when they're sucking that strength right out of you and you're not nurturing yourself, you don't have anything left to give. And and you're just like, if I could just try harder, or stay stronger, or love more, or hold it together a little longer, this partnership or whatever it is will finally move forward. But Spirit is saying that cycle is done. A big pattern that's ready to end is the one where you over effort, oversteer, or over carry relationships in order to maintain or create the connection. The Chariot and the 2 of Cups says you're no longer meant to be the one constantly driving the chariot of the partnership. Which I was just saying with the boundaries. Love going forward now will need to be mutual. Confirmation. You want mutual love. You want shared and not not everything on your shoulders. Wow. Okay, I say let's pull what pattern or cycle is completing? What pattern or cycle is completing? Clarify the Chariot and the Two of Cups. Are we drawing boundaries here? What are we doing? We're tired of being drained and fixing it. Whoa! Oh my gosh, exhausted flew out. You're exhausted. You are exhausted with just trying to hold it together. You burned out, burdened, and empty, but you're exhausted. And it's time for that to it's time for that cycle to end. And it's not saying that you have to walk away from this person or this energy, but you do have to put up the boundaries. You do have to put up boundaries. Oh. Let them know that there are consequences for their bad choices. There's mixed signals there. Not giving mixed signals. Making consequences happen for the actions. You know? Any other patterns or cycles that need to be complete? Stagnancy. Excuses, denial, stuck, dead end, frozen. These are ending. This is ending. These patterns are over, which is good because these are things that you don't want to be in anyway. You don't want to be exhausted. You know, you don't want to keep making bad choices and giving mixed signals. You don't want to keep making excuses or feeling stuck or stagnant. So all of that is coming to an end because either you're going to set boundaries or you're going to walk away. But you're not going to put up with it anymore. Okay. So then your third and final position is blessing on your path forward. So a future love, energy, healing, or upgrade. What blessing is in the future for this pile number 3? What future blessing is in the works for pile number 3? What is the future blessing for pile number 3 on their path forward? Blessing on their path forward. Oh, wow. Judgment. Judgment. And High Priestess on the bottom. Your intuition is and discernment is very, very important here. You already know all of this that I'm saying is true. You already know what you have to do. It's having the strength to do it, and you are the strength energy, so you can do this. You don't need to keep making excuses and staying stuck and being exhausted and being drained. You have a calling. There is a purpose, and you feel it. There's a calling and a purpose. And so judgment as your blessing means you're entering a phase of big spiritual clarity. Okay? Especially around the relationship, since that is what the theme is. Old stories, old lovers, old patterns are being reviewed and released. And you're hearing the soul call. There's a calling. It's now louder. then it's louder than this old pattern, this old dynamic that you've been dealing with. The call is louder to you, and that's the path that you want to move forward in. So where before you might have been pulled into like the Knight of Swords energy, intensity, over effort, over efforting to make relationships work, Judgment is saying no more sleepwalking through love. No more half truths. No more shrinking your needs. This card is a rebirth, and how you're going to relate to your being freed from karmic cycles in love. You're stepping into higher consciousness of relationships that align with not your wounds. So you want to, and that's what this divine union, the Two of Cups, you're stepping into that, moving towards that. That's the calling. You feel aligned, like this is aligned, this is without drama, So your blessing moving forward is a relationship rebirth. And Judgment brings you the gift of awakening. It's bringing you the gift of awakening. Clearly seeing what and who is truly meant for you. Releasing any, old karmic cycles and answering the call to the relationships that match your healed and your elevated self. Your new self. Your whole self. It's a new chapter in how you love and who you allow to get close to you. So your blessing is the awakening. That's amazing. Wow. Let's pull you an African goddess rising. Oops. For overall guidance and messages for pile number 3. African goddess. Overall message and guidance for pile number 3. What does pile number 3 need to hear? Okay, there it is. Rage. Got masks on the bottom. She keeps coming out. Mask keeps coming out. But this is card 23, which breaks down to a 5, which is transformation. And this is rage. Let's see what your message and guidance is. Medusa. It says, take a breath, close your eyes, and put both hands over your lower abdomen. Tune into the part of you that feels out of control and flood it with loving, healing, golden light. Now put both hands over your heart and do the same. You have a right to your full range of emotions, including anger. Sacred rage inspires us to run for office, lead protests, and shift policies, but unhealthy rage can devour your very soul. Get clear on what is really happening. Allow yourself to feel your feelings, to see the truth. Mask at the bottom. Be your true self. Just because you feel threatened does not mean you are being threatened. Your goddess declaration says, I have a right to feel my feelings. So you have a right to feel the way that you feel. And just because somebody else doesn't think it's right or, can understand why you feel the way you feel, that doesn't make it wrong. You have every right to feel what you feel. And if you're tired, you're tired of being stagnant, you're tired of being tired, it's time to make the change. And that's okay. If nobody else likes it, they don't have to live your life. And you're not responsible for theirs and how they react to your choices that you make for your journey, which will lead you to your awakening here, your calling, whatever that may be. Once you make space for this calling. All right, pile number 3, that was your love reading. Hope it resonated. I hope it helps. I send you so much love and light and healing, and I wish you a very, very happy Valentine's Day. Till next time. Bye.